Excuse the various basement noises. I moved to Gary, Indiana in January. I came down here because I reunited with my birth mom for the first time in my life that I can remember since I was one years old. We reunited in the end of November, and something was just telling me that I was gonna have to come down here, but I didn't really have any logical, realistic reason to do so. It's not that I didn't want to be down here. Right after I moved down here, she went into the hospital for quite a while, probably like a week or maybe even a little longer. I stayed out there with her when I could. But at the hospital, she's had a very rare, very aggressive form of cancer for over 5 years now. And they told her the last time at the hospital, after I moved down here, that there was nothing else they could do for her and that they were gonna have to transfer everything to hospice. So I've been taking care of my mom on hospice for the past few months. I'm really grateful that I can be here for her and help her. It's gotten to be very difficult, and I think that it really could be soon. Things are going pretty fast, and it's been hard because me and her were not really able to communicate until we reunited last year, and by then she was already really sick, and I think that it's been hard for both she and I to really understand why it has to be this way. My mom is a very spiritual person, and I wasn't always, but something started calling me towards certain spiritual beliefs, actually only a couple months before I met her, and it just kind of right in front of my face, like I could just really see what the things in my life were adding up to, and you know, where life was trying to guide me in my path. And she really helped me grow on it. It was very strange because these all of a sudden spiritual beliefs that I had developed, I mean, I met her very last minute. It was not a planned thing, and neither one of us knew it was going to happen. And it lined up in the way that when I met her, just in every way, just like her. We had all the same jobs. We like to do all of the same stuff. We look exactly alike. We have the same beliefs, everything. Just our quirks, our mannerisms. I mean, it's like carbon copy, paste. Which I'm really thankful for because my mom is a really amazing person. She's a really beautiful person and a very selfless and honest, caring person. My mom actually had taken care of people in this way, a couple in her life. And I'm glad that I can do this for her because I do understand the medical side of things, so I can really take care of her. And she and I, even from that night we met, we just had such a strong connection. I couldn't explain what that felt like to feel after not having that for over 20 years, 21, 22 years. Coming down here has really tested my faith, and it took a big leap of faith to even come down here, but I really felt that I needed to. I felt like everything in my life was panning out and pointing that this is the direction, this is where I'm supposed to be. But being down here, I've gotten through some pretty unimaginable things. Not that I hadn't already. This is different. It's like a whole nother level, and I just kept telling myself I just have to keep faith because it's what brought me down here, and I do feel like that was the right decision regardless of how difficult it is to be in this position. I don't regret it, and no part of me ever has or ever will. I just really had to cling to my faith, and through the days and the nights of, taking care of her a lot. And there were some nights where things would get really bad, and I'd just sit by her bed and pray all night. Just pray and pray for her to have peace, for her to have comfort, for me to have the strength to be able to take care of her, for me to keep my faith. And I could see that coming here helped me to become a stronger person, a better person in a lot of ways. I had a lot of reasons to lash out or take things out on people, and I really just can't bring myself to do it anymore. And I'm thankful for that, but I just had to keep my faith. And the one thing I kept telling them when I would pray is, no matter what you put me through, I've come this far. I have to keep my faith, and I will. Nothing will make me stray from the path that I'm supposed to follow for my life. The human part of me is taking that pretty hard. But my mom has a little prayer card thing. You flip it over, and every day it's got a different little quote, Bible verse. Just kind of, it says where it comes from, and a couple of them have really stood out to me, and I just wanted to kind of elaborate on that, because that's what this is for me. Like I said, I've been through quite a bit since I've been down here, and I just kept telling God that no matter what, tests, trials, anything, challenges that I'd be faced with, that I would not give up my faith, and I would not change the way that I have learned to treat myself and other people. And this morning, sorry, the basement was a sump pump. It's right next to me. It was from Deuteronomy, and I really don't know many passages from the Bible. I mean, I know a lot of the stories that other people know, but I've kind of found what speaks to me in all kinds of different religious beliefs, and I tend to just identify myself to be a more spiritual individual than a religious person, and I still stand by that. This morning, I was in the room with her, and it was a pretty tough morning here. One of the harder days that I've had. Probably the hardest day that I've had to really try to see through, and I didn't sleep last night. I've been up for 2 days now. And I sat there this morning, and I didn't know what to do for her. And I prayed that I know that I'm being tested, and I will still keep my faith. I will still follow the path and live the life that I need to, regardless of what tests I am faced with. Going back to the prayer card, it was Deuteronomy, somewhere between, I think, I don't know. Here, let me show you, because I'm not too familiar with like the structure. I know there's a specific way. This is like an annotated Bible that I thrifted a few years ago, because I do have a lot of different religious sources that I like to look through and just kind of find what speaks to me. And this morning I knew that I'm exhausted in every way, but I also know that my mind, my body, my soul, every part of me is doing everything that I can. And so even when there are times like today where I don't feel like there's much I can do, because there's not, I just prayed that no matter what happens, I will not give up my faith. And I don't know how many more of these tests I have to go through, but I've come this far. I just have to trust it. This passage from Deuteronomy, remember how the Lord your God led you all the way in the desert these 40 years to humble you and to test you in order to know what was in your heart, whether or not you would keep his commands. And it's exactly what I prayed this morning before I pulled this out, was that no matter what tests, what tests I'm faced with, I won't lose my faith. And it's difficult to trust in that way, especially when in reality I have no reason to be trusting things the way that I am. Something that came to me last night was sometimes having faith isn't always having faith that things are going to work out the way that you want them to or feel that you need them to, but having faith in what is meant to be will work itself out regardless of how it may feel. And it's been really hard to trust that with everything. But that one hit pretty close to home. And yesterday I was reading through this, and I felt the need to go back to a specific passage that really spoke to me, from Genesis. It was Genesis 2 or 12:2, something like that, I don't know. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all the peoples on earth will be blessed through you. It was one of the prayer cards I had looked into a while back, and it really spoke to me then. And for some reason yesterday, after a while, I decided to go back to it. I had underlined it. It's one of the only ones I have in here underlined. When I was getting some of my mom's stuff together for people last night down here, and I found this big old Bible, really big Bible. I hadn't seen it since I've been down here. I opened it, and I flipped right to this page, and I checked after the fact. This is the only thing highlighted in this entire book. This is after I read that passage to my brother, and I found this Bible. It's the only thing my mom has highlighted in this book. It's the exact same passage that I felt the calling to return to last night. It's the only thing in here my mom has highlighted in this entire Bible. And my mom's cousin got this for me in Florida. She said it really she just felt like it spoke to her. She felt like it seemed like something that would work for me. So I was just kind of doing my usual shuffling, and I was sitting by my mom's bedside one night, and it was really bad, and I just prayed and prayed and prayed. I just want her to have peace. I just want everyone here to have some kind of peace. Maybe not being able to fully process or understand what it's gonna feel like when everything happens, but just some semblance of peace. My mom especially. And out of all of these 54 cards, I did my, good little shuffle. Okay, what needs to be heard right now? I'm reading for my mom. She's barely sitting up in the bed. Tell her to pick one. She pulls one. And the card was peace. Out of every single card in this whole entire deck. And last night my younger brother, he was kind of having a hard time, I think, processing some of this stuff, and we always say that our great grandma Jean is my guardian angel, and my middle name is Jean. I'm named after her, and she was a musician. We have a lot of very strange connections, even though I never got to meet her like that. But we have a younger sister, Harmony, who passed away after she was born, very shortly. And we always say that she's my younger brother's guardian angel. And last night I did the same thing. I pulled this deck, shuffled it, told him to pick a card, and the one that came out was Harmony, telling you to push aside the negative things you might be feeling. Find your light and you will introduce harmony into your life. It's been really hard to process what's going on here, but sorry. In a lot of ways, I just have to have faith, because this kind of thing has been very prominent in my life for quite some time, and the very physical signs through spiritual, religious, and I could chop it up to the fact that I'm crazy, but it's right in front of my face. And when it first started happening, I didn't really understand what it was or what that meant for me or my life, because I wasn't really a religious person. Never been able to say that I was an atheist, but didn't really know what to attribute my beliefs to, because my beliefs are just what speaks to me, and it's all been speaking to me pretty loud through this, and I'm pretty grateful for that in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways it's a whole nother layer of difficult to process. But I just wanted to make this video just to verbalize, I think, and kind of document what exactly it is that I'm going through here and why it's so impactful. And I pray that someday I will look back on this and I'll know that it was all meant for something. And that's really hard to look at it that way right now, but having the belief enough to take such a big leap of faith to be down here, which I'm very proud of. But faith has gotten me this far, and it's telling me to just hold on a little longer. So I'm hoping that there will be a day, hopefully soon, where I can look back on these things and really just be grateful that these things are so prominent in my life. And I just hope that that will take me to where my path and my life need to be. Anyways, thanks for listening. Peace, love, and spread positivity. I don't know. I don't know how to end this other than you don't have to believe in anything in particular, but having faith that life has its reasons and its ways, and doing what you can to be the best person you can be more and more every day. It will really reward you in a lot of ways, because even though maybe I'm losing a lot, I'm gaining a lot too. And though maybe it's not so apparent right now, it will be. And I'm very blessed that I can say that and have that certainty. So I wish the same for whoever may be watching this, even if it's just me. With peace and love. Good talk.